initiative. Chloe, an honor roll student exploring business and anthropology, brings empathy and creativity to this initiative. A dedicated writer and poet, she finds peace in running and exploring the outdoors, especially coastal areas, inspired by her Connecticut roots. Chloe is committed to fostering an open, supportive community on campus. She believes that while conversations about suicide are difficult, they are necessary to create a culture of understanding and togetherness. She hopes to remind students that asking for help is an act of strength, not weakness. That is the message we've heard today. Madison, a pre-med student with a strong background in mental health advocacy, brings both personal and professional motivation to the initiative. Her experience in crisis prevention, paired with her dedication to healthcare and youth advocacy, shapes her compassionate and resilient leadership style. Madison is determined to create lasting change on campus through meaningful, well-developed events that foster a safe, more supportive environment where no student feels alone in their struggles. Before Resilient Hearts was officially chartered as a campus organization, Madison and Chloe secured partnerships with 3 well-known community organizations and collaborated with fellow students to create a powerful 250 Reasons to Stay. That's a great message. Can you think of, that's powerful, 250 Reasons to Stay. They spread the message of hope and resilience across the campus. Together, Madison and Chloe are leading Resilient Hearts with empathy, courage, and an unwavering commitment to changing the conversation around mental health at Oxford College, and now we welcome them to Suicide Prevention Day 2025.
Hi everyone, how are y'all doing today? Good. I want to thank Nadia and Drew again for their amazing speeches. They were truly impactful and inspiring, so thank you for that. Thank you, Carmen, for the introduction. My name is Chloe. I'm a freshman at Oxford College of Emory University, and I'm co-president and founder of Resilient Hearts.
Hi everyone, my name is Madison Forsyth. I'm also a freshman at Oxford College, and I'm co-president and founder of Resilient Hearts. Resilient Hearts is a promise to create a campus where no one suffers alone. We are dedicated to spreading awareness about suicide prevention and ensuring that every student has access to the support they need. But awareness alone is not enough. We are committed to advocacy, to making our voices heard in the defense of vital resources that are now under threat. Under the current administration, suicide prevention programs for college students face potential cuts. We must protect and expand these life-saving services. Oxford College is more than just a place. It's a gift. It's a privilege to pursue higher education, to expand our minds, and to challenge our perspectives. That's something that we hold close to our hearts. And with that privilege comes responsibility. The responsibility to care for one another. When Chloe and I learned of the memorial held for a student who died by suicide last year before we arrived to campus, we were deeply moved. Oxford students and administration had banded together to honor a student's memory. But Chloe and I agreed that there needed to be a more permanent space on campus for students to process their emotions, to grieve, and to access support beyond the immediate tragedy. In this absence, a silence too loud to ignore that compelled us to act.
Oh my God, that's so great. Amazing. It's humbling.
So it was 8:30 in the morning when Madison and I met weekly for our physical education class, and it was a rather early hour for college kids. So students in the room who are considering pursuing higher education, word of advice, do not take 8:30 a.m.s, especially athletic activities required by our general education department. But needless to say, we were very tired. Our conversations at that hour were often brief, weighed down by grogginess and a desire for more sleep. And yet, though we were referred to each other to partner up because of our similar interests and advocacy, Madison and I were meant to be together on this issue. It was as if something magical had drawn us together. It was fate. Even in our half-awake state, we saw the same gap, the same void where compassionate dialogue around mental health should have been. Between stretches and warm-ups, we talked about the need for space where vulnerability was not a burden, but a place where conversations about suicide were met with empathy, not stigma. It was in those early morning moments that the seeds of Resilient Hearts was planted. I could tell you and continue to tell you about the late nights spent planning and the countless side conversations we had during class, which we did get in trouble for. But what matters most is this. The essence of Resilient Hearts lies in Madison and in my shared belief that no one should carry the weight of their pain in silence. Our vision is to end the stigma, to create a culture where reaching out is not an act of bravery, but a natural response to struggle. We should reach out for help as our first instinct.
A major concern for us as we began proposing and establishing our club was making our advocacy work as impactful as possible. We knew we weren't mental health professionals, nor did we intend for our club to be a substitute for a health professional support system. Conversations about suicide are essential, and choosing the right words is difficult but crucial. We knew that we had to be realistic about what we could achieve with the skills, knowledge, and resources that we have. We should not make the changes we wanted to see on our own. Instead, our club's goal was to bridge the gap by fostering awareness to reduce the stigma and connect students with the resources they need. To do this effectively, we partnered with community organizations, including Viewpoint Health and Guide Inc., both mental health and counseling agencies. These professionals stepped in as our guides. And along with Oxford's own counseling and well-being services. They also stepped in to provide valuable resources for our community. One of the principles Chloe and I envision is that Resilient Hearts is a place where students can walk right into the resources that they need. An environment where resources are accessible, visible, and ingrained into campus life. Creating a space where no one has to ask, where do I go for help? Because help will already be there, waiting.
After officially receiving a charter for our initiative at Oxford in January, we introduced ourselves to our community via a tabling event in our school student center with our community partners Viewpoint Health and Guide Inc. And we were able to finally introduce our mission to students, faculty, and staff on campus. We then hosted our first general body meeting called Messages of Hope, where over 70 students helped us cut out and decorate hearts with, written on them with 250 reasons to stay, which is equivalent to 250 days of our academic semester. Now, the hearts hang visibly on the front wall of the Student Center for students to see when they come to study, get a bite to eat, or venture back to their dorm rooms. We additionally grew our social media outreach through channels like Instagram and GroupMe to share our initiative's purpose and connect with students. Currently, Madison and I are working on hosting an on-campus candlelight vigil to honor those who have died by suicide or those affected by suicide. This vigil will offer a moment of collective healing, where help and hope are tangible in the presence of others. This event will provide the comfort and healing that many students desperately need on campus. This gathering is not simply a vigil, but a testament that we will not let silence or discomfort prevent us from acknowledging our grief and supporting one another. To strengthen our impact, we are expanding our executive council and inviting new voices and perspectives. Additionally, I've become a certified QPR trainer, which is question, persuade, and refer training. And so I am now I've now equipped myself with the skills to better educate and support our community. It is my hope that with more hands and hearts, we will continue to grow, a stronger, louder, and more compassionate force for change.
Today, we are profoundly grateful to be standing before you all at the Georgia State Capitol. To be here in a place where policies are shaped and voices are heard is an immense privilege. But this podium comes with responsibility. It's crucial for us as students to speak up on laws and policies that affect how post-secondary students in Georgia receive the support and protection they need. In a time when suicide prevention resources are increasingly under threat, our presence here is a declaration that we will not be silent. In 1967, Dr. Martin Luther King famously said, "Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter."
That's right.
Today, we refuse to be silent. We are here, not just for ourselves, but for the students who feel invisible in their pain, for the lives lost whose stories deserve to be remembered, for the ones still holding on who need to know that they are not alone. Suicide prevention is not just a conversation, it's a movement. And today, we stand as part of that movement. We stand for hope, we stand for change, and most importantly, we stand for life.